Hey, this is Rick with Outdoor Emergencies at hikingemergencybeacon.com, and today I'm out here to do another playlist with my Garmin inReach Mini 2, and this one here is really going to be about tracking back, or what I'd say TracBack, and it's not with a K, it's TracBack. It's Garmin TracBack. So I'm going to show you how that works, but before I get into that, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as I put out new videos. Now we're going to do here today, because I'm in the middle of a test, a low battery mode test, I'm going to make a few changes, and I'm going to go in here to settings, and then I'm going to go to tracking, and right now I have it on a 10-minute send interval. But for this test, I want to drop it down to 2 minutes. And then the other thing I was doing to save battery life was the activity recording. But for this test, again, I want to go to high instead of standard. So right now it's on standard. We're going to change it to high. I'm actually taking some screenshots as I do this so that you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. All right, so and there's several ways to do TracBack here, and for today what I'm doing, I'm just going to start tracking. You can navigate too, and so when you're navigating and you're lost or you're done and you want to find your way back, you can select TracBack to track back from navigating. But in this case, it's just going to be tracking, and again, you'll see that I can track back if I just start tracking. Now, you can also track back if you don't start tracking, just as a little tip, because the Garmin inReach Mini 2 lays down hidden tracks. Now, it's not very good in my opinion, because it'll lay down one track every 10 minutes or so, and it'll basically be a waypoint, and it won't show your route to get in or the path you came in on. So if you came along a river or a cliff or a mountain, it's going to just give you that straight shot. That's why I really like to use tracking, because it'll show exactly how I came in. So let's go here and we're going to start tracking. So I'm going to hit the menu button, or the OK button here, and then we're going to go down to, see, it says send message, check in, start tracking. So this is where we're going to go right now. We're going to start tracking. It says it's sending point, and now we are going to go for a very short hike. And some people say it's not a hike. Yeah, I know. It's beautiful out here. We're in Colorado. It's a gorgeous day. It's been raining a lot, and it's about 6:30 or 7 in the morning. Not too many people are out yet. I have my dog Ranger with me. So whether it's a walk or a hike, doesn't matter. It's gorgeous. It's out here in Colorado. So I'm going to go for a very short hike. Then we're going to, or I will, then stop tracking and track back. It's very easy to do, but I just wanted to show you, and I wanted to put it in a playlist and break all this down so it's a lot easier for you to understand. And if you just want to know one particular thing about the Mini 2, it's a lot easier. So hang on, I'm going to go for a short hike, and I will wrap this up in a little bit, show you how it works. Okay, I'm just getting finished with my really hard hike. This was so difficult. Sorry, it's man, that was, I don't know, 300 yards or so. Yeah, forgive me. You know, I'm out here testing these things for everybody, and I don't need to go on a long hike. Maybe I need to go on a longer hike to get some more exercise, but to test this, I don't need to go on a long hike. So it's been tracking, and there won't be a whole lot of track set down here. But the first thing I want to do real quick is I want to look at my phone, because this is where I will use my phone quite a bit with the Mini 2, because it's about convenience when I'm using the Mini 2. It's easy to see. You have a real big screen. You can message and look at the weather and everything from here. So just remember that there's a big convenience factor, for me at least, with using the Mini 2. But let's look at what happens here when I've been tracking and I want to track back to safety. So right now it says all points set. Now I'm going to hit OK right here. Now it says stop tracking. Now it says also back to start. So in this case, I can continue tracking back to my start if I want to. But if I want to stop tracking and then go to TracBack, I can do that. Now here it says back to start. And I had somebody who was asking, so a subscriber asked, well, what's the difference? Well, I don't think there is a difference at all, because say if I'm out and I'm lost, I don't need to stop tracking, nor do I want to stop tracking if I'm lost, because that will continue to show my path. So in this case, just acting like I'm lost, I wouldn't track back. Back to start is going to basically use the TracBack feature. So in this case, I am not going to track back. I've done a lot of TracBack videos, and I'm going to have a video right up here showing the TracBack with the Mini 2. And then there's some playlists and all of the Mini 2, but which I'm doing right now. This will be part of the playlist. But this here is really going to be, you know, about being lost. I said I was going to do TracBack, but let's just do back to start right now, okay? So I'm going to arrow down to back to start. So I'm going to click on back to start. Now it's loading the course, and here it shows my path back to the start. And I came right from this direction, basically right into the sun, and it shows my arrow. So I'm going to just walk up here a little bit so you can see it's following the course back to the start. And then I'll come back here and wrap this up, what I've found out. Okay, I just went back up there 50 yards or so, and you can see from the screenshots that it's taking me right along the course. It's got little dots or tracks that it set down to show how I came in, and then it was showing me going back. And then when I turned around and I started coming back this way, I got a audible and a visual alert that I was off course. This is what I love about the Mini 2. You know, it doesn't show as much as the Garmin GPS Map 67i with the on-screen satellite topo and things like that. But I mean, it's a small device, and it's great because it's easy to carry in your pack, but it does give you a lot of great information. And the thing that's awesome about this is, in my opinion, from testing the 67i, the Mini 2 will give you quicker off and on course alerts than the 67i does. And I have tested that 67i and looked at how to improve the on course or off course alerts to get it to where it's instead of being 100 yards before it gives an alert, it's 20, 30 yards. This here, the Mini 2 gives it a lot faster, and 20 yards, 30 yards off, or less actually. I would say 20 to 30 feet off, and it's giving me a course alert. So what I'm going to do here, since I'm back and I'm going to wrap this up, I am going to do one more thing at the end, a little tip I guess I would say. And I'm going to hit the OK button here. I'm going to stop this. It says stop navigation. All right, so I'm going to hit stop, and so that is over. Now I'm still tracking, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stop tracking here, because I'm going to do a slightly different test. This is a little tip I was telling you about here. And let me get out of here, and we're going to stop tracking. And when you stop tracking, you can save or discard. And, for now, I'm going to save it because I may want to access this for the video. All right, this next tip or last kind of test for you guys is what it looks like to stop tracking and track back. And again, I'm not going to go very far, but we'll see if there's any difference at all, and I don't think there is. It's just a different terminology. And again, I would not stop tracking if you are truly out on an adventure and you're lost. So let's go ahead and start tracking right now. So it's sending points, and we are going to do another short walk through this meadow back here, and I will be right back. All right, Ranger, let's go. Okay, that was a really short hike, not a hike. And here's some difference about this TracBack and the return to start. Because This was, again, this was the TracBack one. And let me recommend real quick that you use return to start if you're lost. If that's not an option because maybe you weren't tracking or something, then I would use TracBack, absolutely. But return to start, when I did this first test today, it showed my tracks and it showed me going right back to where I did start from. In this case here, and I've got screenshots of this, it's showing when I'm tracking back, it's showing I'm 10.28 miles away. Well, you got to think about this for 1 second. I am in the middle of a test. I've been tracking to do my last battery test for the Mini 2 in not expedition mode, because you can't do that on the Mini 2. You can on the 66i and 67i, but not the Mini 2. But you go low battery mode, and so that's this test, and I've been tracking during this low battery mode. So basically it's taking me back to my house. This was 10.8 miles away. So be very careful with this, and this is why I don't want to have to always come out here and be perfect with these tests, because you need to see that there are issues when you go out and you use these devices. For example, when it's showing I'm 10.28 miles away, that doesn't help me if I'm half a mile away from where I currently am and I'm lost. So always make sure you do what I did not do today. And I didn't do it for a reason, because I'm in the middle of another test. But always make sure that you clear your activities. Get rid of anything that's not important. Maybe you have some courses that you were testing. Maybe then you got some activities and tracking. Get rid of all of that. When you go out for your real adventure, clear it out. Now, I'm not saying to clear your courses out. If it's a course that's a test and you don't need it, we'll clear that out. But if it's tracks and activities that you don't need anymore, clear them out, because what I've just shown you is that activity or track is sending me to my house when I really need to go this way. Just a little tip. I hope you guys enjoy this. This has been another video in the Garmin inReach Mini 2 playlist, and I've got a lot more, but if you've got questions or advice and you want to see me test something else, please leave a comment and a message below, because I do have other tests coming up. One's going to be on navigation, creating a course, looking at the weather. And again, I have done all this with the Mini 2, but this is now more of a current playlist, and where I didn't have some of those in playlists in the past, because, well, they may have been a playlist as like satellite communicators or satellite messengers. This is really specific to the Mini 2. Well, that's it. Hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as I put out new videos. And if you'd like to support Hiking Emergency Beacon, there's a link in the description below. And I'll see you back out here in Colorado in the next video.